Most people believe their savings account is a fortress, but while that cash sits idle, you are quietly losing your edge. You likely followed the exact advice your parents gave you: save a portion of every paycheck and avoid debt. That strategy built reliable wealth 30 years ago. But today, following those same steps leaves most people feeling like they're running in place. This disconnect is a psychological trap called the money illusion. We see the balance in our accounts slowly increasing and assume we're getting wealthier, even as our actual buying power slips away. Sticking to the financial playbook of the previous generation leads to a predictable outcome. Your net worth evaporates faster than you can replace it. To understand why the game changed, we must look at how bank interest used to function. In the 1990s, a standard savings account generated real, meaningful growth. A fixed deposit paid 9%, while inflation stayed at 6%. You built wealth without touching the stock market. Today, interest dropped to 5%, while housing, healthcare, and education surged. Modern inflation dwarfs the tiny interest banks offer. The economic environment has shifted heavily, that the exact same action, saving cash, now yields the exact opposite result. Imagine taking $10,000 in cash and locking it inside a steel box for an entire decade. When you open that box 10 years later, you still have $10,000. But the groceries, the car, and the house you wanted to buy have all moved further away from you. Your bank account acts as that static box. It creates a sense of security while hiding the fact that your money is losing its utility every single day. This is active erosion. It happens without alerts, bank fees, or warning signs. Your balance goes up, but your potential life goes down. In an economy where costs rise every year, standing still is a quiet way to move backward. Most of us grew up viewing the stock market as a volatile gamble and the bank as a safe haven, but that logic ignores the cost of doing nothing. When we factor in the steady rise of prices, the definition of safety changes. If a savings account guarantees a loss in purchasing power over time, then avoiding the market becomes a massive financial gamble. Allocating capital into assets serves as the necessary mechanical vehicle to keep pace with the world. The new rule with money is simple. Real risk is found in inaction, not in market cycles. We can see this play out in the lives of two men, Richard Fiscone, a Harvard-educated finance executive, and Ronald Read, a humble rural janitor. The high-earning executive lost everything to debt and ego during the 2008 crisis. Meanwhile, the janitor passed away with a fortune of $8 million. Read's success started with a massive behavioral gap between his ego and his income. He lived simply, which allowed him to save consistently. But his second step was the key. He didn't park that money in a bank. He systematically invested in blue-chip stocks for decades, letting tiny savings compound into millions. True wealth has little to do with your salary or your degree. It is the result of behavioral discipline paired with assets that grow. This raises the ultimate question: what is the actual point of building this wealth? Money's highest utility lies in its power to grant you autonomy over your own schedule. When we spend money on luxury goods to signal status to others, we are effectively trading our future independence for a brief moment of social validation. Real wealth is made of unspent assets, the invisible financial engines that haven't been converted into physical stuff yet. By suppressing your ego today, you build the capital necessary to buy back your freedom tomorrow. Saving cash might protect you from a short-term emergency, but investing is the only way to survive a long-term reality. Stop accepting the illusion of safety. It's time to abandon the expired playbook and make your money move.